Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. Welcome to Winter NAMM 2020. We're at the Rollin' Boss booth checking out the Katana Artist. You just heard Austin Ingerman jamming there at the beginning to give us a little intro, and now we've got Matt Knight who's going to give us a tour. Tell us what this is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we have here is the Katana Artist Mark II. So this carries on the legacy of the Katana, and we had the Mark II range come in October last year. And now we're doing the flagship. So obviously we have the Katana Artist, and this is the top line of our amplifiers. This is where you go into that performance class, you know, kind of amp. Obviously we've got the 50 and the 100 and the head, but we've added a bunch of features onto this that really take it to the next level for the performer. You know, as we move away from valves, obviously we've got a 100-watt analog Class AB power amp in here that gives you all the feel and response that you'd want from a real amplifier. But with the Mark II, obviously, we've added a couple of features. So we had the variation, so you go from 5 to 10 amp sounds now. We've moved the effects, so you can go from 3 to 5 simultaneously, all on separate controls. But the Artist, as I said, adds a couple more performance features. So we've got global EQ, so you can have 3 different preset global EQs, which is really handy for different gig situations or something you might want. And you can turn all that off if you want. Cab resonance control and the line out feel as well, so you can have the different kind of feel of the cabs on the line out, which is a really, again, a handy performance feature to have. And then the Katana Artist also features our Wildcraft Speaker. So this is our custom designed speaker based on a kind of greenback. We've taken all the elements that people love about that kind of sound and made it a much more roadworthy performance speaker as well. So with all of that, we also now give you the option. There was a feature that we had with the Mark II that allowed you to run 2 amps in what we called stereo expand, which I'm sure you guys have seen, where basically you linked one to the other. So one became like the master amp, and then one became kind of like a slave amp. So you got a kind of stereo image. You could go on stage with 2 amps. Well, we've elevated that to the next level with the Artist, and we actually give you something called dual link. So with that, we actually allow you to run 2 Katana Artists at once, control off 1 GEAFC foot controller, but you can now run like a wet-dry setup. So actually you can run 2, one can be driven, one can be clean, one could have delay, one could have phaser. So now you can get a really huge, you know, kind of stage presence with 2 Katana Artists. Right. You can extend it with a cab as well if you want. And it gives you all the other features like a power amp in, so you can run it with a, you know, GT1000, for example, or a multi-effects in the back. So everything you want in one package. And you can wind it down to 0, USB out, and it's a great recording amplifier as well. So,
wow, you guys have really stepped it up. I mean, that kind of covers everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, it's lightweight, it's easy, and it's, you know, it's easy to use. I think the one thing that really drove Katana, and obviously it's an incredibly popular amplifier, was that it's just got a real plug and play feel. So often, so many amps can be driven by menus, or you need to read the manual. This is just you plug in. You know where you are. It's a simple EQ. You can add the effects if you want, but you can deep dive if you want. If you really want to tweak those sounds, jump into the editor, you've got all that there as well. But just the amp, the foot controller. Anyway, exactly, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt. It was great to see you. Thank you, Austin. We appreciate the demo. And thank you for joining me at Winter NAMM 2020.